You obviously do so many wonderful things, and at the moment, as you know, as most of us know, our planet is an unbelievably beautiful and precious, and if we don't take care of it, humankind will cease to exist. So you've started this global movement called Conscious Planet. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
See, there are a lot of talk about ecology, environment, global warming, climate change. All these are issues, I'm not saying no. But one problem with this is, see, most of the time I was just talking to somebody, a very prominent person in India, who has been involved in various ecological movements, and I've been talking to various environment ministers of various nations and stuff. They all think, but they were in… even in COP26, it seems 1 week, this minister was there, and she said, I did not hear the word soil for this whole week in COP26 in Glasgow. Why is it that you don't hear the word soil when you're talking about environment? Because largely these things are crafted by urban people. They're only talking about urban problems of pure air and clean water is their problem in cities. They're only talking about that. But the real problem is soil, because soil degradation is happening at a pace that if we don't check it now, it will be out of control. To tell you the simple fact of this is, every responsible scientist in the world is clearly pointing out, by 2045, we will be producing 40% less food than what we are producing right now, and our populations will be 9.3 billion people. Not a place you want to live, isn't it?
No, not at all.
Not a place to leave our children in, definitely. Because 1,000 years of civilization will be destroyed in 3 days of food shortages. If there is severe food shortages, everything will be gone. So how is it that we are ignoring this? When nearly 40% of climate change is because of open soils that we have created, unprotected soils. So simple things that need to be done in the form of agriculture, which was always being done. For example, I've lived on farms in India. This was part of the practice 50 years ago. Every farm during summer, they would cover it with legume crops or pulses, alternately 1 year legumes, 1 year pulses, knowing fully well we won't get any yield out of it.
Yeah.
We'll get very little yield, it's not worthwhile. But this was kept as summer cover, this is a cover crop. And when the time comes, they were plowing back this whole crop back into the soil, very easily inches of humus. The word humus means living soil. First thing is, humanity has forgotten soil is a living entity. Who we are right now, even in the evolutionary process, who we are right now is a consequence of what is happening in the soil. Trillions of life forms. One handful of soil has over 7 to 8 billion life forms in it, or 50,000 to 75,000 species of life forms in one handful of soil. That is the kind of magic that is happening. It's that magic which turns into a mango, it is that magic becomes rice or wheat, it's that magic because you're a Australian woman, I'm saying becomes an avocado. See, I got
good
you,
man,
I got you.
Good man.
I got you.
Very important.
So, it is that soil magic which is making all these things, and it's that magic that's made you and me.
Yes. So what do we do, Sadhguru? How do we stop this?
So the simple thing is this, first thing to understand is, soil is not our property. It's a legacy that we have received from previous generations. The last or the previous generation could have destroyed the whole soil and given us a barren desert. No, they gave us living soil. It's our business to pass it on that way to the next generation. The simple thing to do, what I'm asking through the Savesoil movement is, the minimum is, minimum 3 to 6% organic content should be there in the soil if you have to keep the soil alive. First 12 to 15 inches of soil is the source of 87% of life forms on this planet, including all of us. This 15 inches of soil is being destroyed because today we are plowing with machines where 12 to 15 inches deep it's plowing and we're leaving it open to the sun, we're just destroying all life. The life that makes us, the life that sustains us, not only with food, our very body, over 60% is the same life. Our body is just a reflection of the soil upon which we stand. But now we don't seem to realize this. The choice is just this, either we get this now when we are alive, or one day we will get it from the maggots when it's too late.
Yes.
So, on an average, the loss of species of microbes that's happening per year in the world is on an average about 27,000 species are being lost per year. So it's estimated if you leave it like this for another 30 to 40 years, it will take 150 to 200 years to turn it around.
Wow.
But if we act now, in the next 15 to 25 years, we can turn it around significantly. This is why this generation, all of us here, this is a generational responsibility. We must make it happen. Everybody talks about personal action. I'm discouraging them from personal action, I'm not saying you should not do, but the most important thing is to establish a global policy, because suppose you have 1,000 acres of land and you kept it very nicely alive and wonderful, but the next generation may come and rip it apart.
Yeah.
This is why we want it enshrined in the policy of every nation. 192 democratically elected governments are there. We want in all those countries that it must be established in the policy. Keeping the soil alive is a fundamental responsibility. If you want to live on the land, you must keep it alive.
Yeah.
It should become the norm. Like if you want to build a house in the city, you must allow some space for your neighbor, for something else to happen around you. Similarly, if you live on agricultural lands, if you own agricultural lands, you must keep it alive. The most disgraceful thing is, see, wherever human beings are not there, it's all going well. So it looks like human being is the only problem. When we talk about agricultural lands, agriculture means this is one piece of land which is nearly 67% of the world's land, which is being daily tended to by human beings. What we are tending to must be in the best condition. Unfortunately, what we are tending to is in the worst possible condition. This has to be reversed.
Yeah.